Solving with Fractional Coefficients, Lesson 1B. I'm going to be doing the math with fractions. Do a little review right now, but you can go watch division on fractions in my fraction packet. So if I have like 7/8 divided by, let's say, I don't know, 2/3. This is my division bar, fraction 7/8, 2/3. What you do is you take the bottom fraction, flip it over, put it at the top, and it turns it to multiply. When you flip it over and multiply, that undoes the division. Now you multiply tops. 7 times 3 is 21. 8 times 2 is 16. And I'm going to leave it in improper form. How about if I have like a fraction, 15/16 over a whole number? 15/16 divided by 7. I can tell this is division because it's a longer bar than this. First, I'm going to make this into a fraction so it looks like my usual. Flip the bottom over, put it at the top. This becomes multiply. Multiply the tops. 15 times 1 is 15. 7 times 16. 7 times 6 is 42. Put up the 4. 7 times 1 is 7. 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 112. All done. Or I can have a whole number, let's say 9 over a fraction. How about 2/3? Here's the division. Flip the bottom over, put it at the top. I'm going to put the 9 over a 1 so everything looks like a fraction to me. And you multiply the tops. 9 times 3 is 27. 1 times 2 is 2. Or 1. 1/2 x equals 15. X is my unknown, a half is attached by multiplication. Move it by division to the other side of the equal sign. Okay, to handle this division, flip the bottom over, put it at the top, multiply the tops. 15 times 2 is 30. 1, that's a 1 there. 1 times 1 is 1. Final answer, 30. You may say, could I have gone like this? We discussed this in the last lesson. The 1/2 is attached by multiplication. Move it by division to the other side of the equal sign. Same exact technique for reducing this. When you divide by a fraction, it's called keep, change into a multiplication, and flip. You can put this over 1, and we still get 15 times 2 is 30. 1 times 1 is 1. We still get the same answer. This is correct, but it's not going to push us forward into more complex algebra. So we're going to do everything with the idea that we're going to keep building on this, and it's not going to be hard for you because we're going to keep things the same. If we keep things relatively the same, it's just adding one more step every time. So now I have 1/4 x equals 40. 1/4 is attached by multiplication. Move it by division to the other side of the equal sign. Complex fraction. So I'm going to flip this guy over. That's a multiplication symbol. Delete what I got rid of because I did the division by flipping and multiplying. 40 times 4 is 160 over 1, which is 160. 3/4 t equals 75. I have t, it's my unknown. 3/4 is attached by multiplication. Move it by division to the other side of the equal sign. It's alone, so now I just have to do the math. Flip it over. Once I've done that, I can get rid of it. Put a 1 here so things look nicer to me. Now, I'm actually going to reduce this before I multiply because I know 75, sorry about that, is 25 times 3. And 3/3 is 1, because see this multiplication, it really makes it one long division bar. 3/3 went away as 1. 25 times 4 is 100. Again, I do a lot of that in the fractions. Reducing really makes your math a lot easier. Number 4. So then you don't even need calculators, unless you want to. 10 equals 2/3 q. I want to solve for q. The 2/3 attached by multiplication, so I'm going to move it by division to the other side of the equal sign. I didn't leave enough room, so I'm going to rewrite. But, well, first I'd like to flip it and then rewrite because I have found that if I try to combine a rewrite step with another math activity, I can introduce error. So I always write it first. 3/2. Whoa, that was sloppy. Okay, so now I'm pretty much more comfortable rewriting it. And I'm going to make this 5 times 2. The 2's go away because they make 1. 3 times 5, 15 over 1 equals 15 equals Q. But the more you watch it, the better it's going to get. So we're going to do everything that comes our way. 1/8 is attached to P by multiplication. Let's move it by division to the other side of the equal sign. Let's flip to take care of this complex fraction. Again, I didn't leave enough room. Gosh, Lynn. Okay. And I'm going to go, this is 4 times 2. The 2's go away, and I get 4 equals P. So I'm going to move over a little this time. Number 6. Probably don't need to in this case, but I'm doing it anyway. 1 1/2 x equals 30. Now you might be tempted to just say, let's just move this, and we can. But now I've got a complex fraction on the bottom. So let me remind you how to turn a complex fraction into an improper fraction. It goes the whole number times the bottom, plus whatever was on the top, all over the bottom stays the same. 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So I get 3/2. So again, this times this, plus this, all over this. So now I actually have x equals 30 over 3/2. Now I can flip the bottom over, put it at the top, look to reduce. 3 goes into 30 10 times. Yes, makes my life easier. And I get 10 times 2 is 20. X equals 20. Number 7. 40 equals 4 times 5 times x. I'm doing this one for Max. So here's my unknown, x. 2 things are attached. They're attached by multiplication. Since they're both attached by multiplication, they both just move by division to the other side of the equal sign. But I have to put this back in here because it still exists. Okay. So I can reduce this before I actually do the math, and I'm going to. This is going to make it 4 times 10, which is the same thing as 40. 4 over 4 goes away and gives me a 1. 10 over 5 is 2. 2 equals x. So you can move multiple things if they're attached by multiplication. We'll do more of that in the future. Just thought I'd throw that in here today because Max was doing it on his homework. I have 1/8 equals 1/8 P. P, I want to get it alone. 1/8 is attached by multiplication. Move it by division to the other side of the equal sign. Flip the bottom over, put it at the top to handle that complex fraction. 8 times 1 is 8. 1 times 8 is 8. So I'm getting 8 over 8, which is 1. 1 is P. 9. 0 equals 2/5 R. R is my unknown. 2/5 is attached by multiplication. Move it by division to the other side of the equal sign. I can flip this, but I know that 0 divided by anything is 0. 0 equals R. Nice. Number 10. 11/12 equals 4/5 Z. Z is my unknown. I want to get it alone. I'm going to bring the 4/5 over by division. I'm done. My unknown's alone, but I can clean this up. I'm going to go 5 over 4. That undoes my division. I can see nothing's going to reduce here. 12 isn't divisible by 5, 11, 4, 12. Nope, I just have to do the math. 5 times 11 is 55. 4 times 12 is 48. 55 over 48 equals Z. I was just trying to upload this lesson and it said it's too long. So I'm going to break it into lesson 1B, fractions, coefficients, try it. So if you want to follow the try it's before you do the review, I'll have that right after it. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.